Hey guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Welcome back to the channel and to day 5 of the 12 days of Christmas. So welcome back to the channel. I am super excited to see what the bingo has in store for us today. So far it looks like everything has been on this side and everything has actually been playing really nicely for me here, and hopefully we'll get something from this side to continue this line. But yeah, so let's get right into selecting the prompt for today. But as always, I want to remind you that the series is a giveaway. Make sure that you're leaving a comment, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, share the video, leave a like, and go visit my friend Debbie to see what project she has for you today. So let's get right on to selecting the prompt. Oh, and also let me know if you're playing the bingo. What have you been getting and how is your bingo going? And let's see, what is the prompt for today is tree. Oh, this is a fun one. I'm super excited for this one, but I don't think this was gonna be on any of the places that I wanted to. So tree is all the way down here. Okay, that's okay. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and color this and we're gonna get right into our project for today. Okay, so for this prompt, I think I'm gonna create a layer album and I'm gonna be using some white heavyweight cardstock for this, and we'll see what we'll come up with. But what I was thinking is starting with one entire page here at, this is 8.5 by 11, and then we can cut different triangle shapes and just kind of join them all together, and hopefully it will look like a layered Christmas tree. And so I'm going to actually I'm gonna mark here the center. So let me measure along the top. So if this is 8.5, I'm going to mark here at 4.25. Okay, and we are going to cut from that all the way down here. So we're just gonna match the edges. Let's see, hopefully right there. Okay, and now we're gonna do this other one. Okay, so that's gonna be the first piece. Then for the next one, I'm going to cut this down to maybe 9 inches. Okay, and I'm also going to find the center here, so mark at 4.25, and we're gonna do the same. Okay, so we're just gonna go from that center to the corner like that, and then we're going to do this one. Okay, so that's 2. Okay, so that will go like that. Oh, it's kind of looking like a Christmas tree. Okay, then we're gonna do another one. So we're gonna do this one at 7. Okay, and also mark here at 4.25 and cut the sides. Okay, so 1 and let's see here, 1 and 2. So now we have 1, 2, 3. This looks so cute. Okay, so we're just gonna, basically this will be our Christmas tree template. This will be our book, and we're gonna bind it all together at the top, maybe with a ring bound, or maybe we can glue it together. I'm not sure yet, but okay, so this is what we have so far. But of course I want more than 3 pages for this book. So I'm going to double the first two. So I'm gonna do one here again at 7, and let me do another one of these here, so 4 1/4. Okay, so this can go right there like that, and this one just match that, and then another one at 9, and again mark at 4 1/4, and we are going to just cut here, and okay, so I have my 5 pieces. I have the larger one, this one is the 11 inches, then we have 2 of the 9 inches and 2 of the 7 inches here, and I'm going to back all of them on some cardstock. So I'm using these paper collection that I had on my stash, because I'm basically looking for just some kind of like neutral backgrounds. That one might be okay, but let's see, maybe this one. Okay, so we have these two, and then I like the green here for the tree. Let's see if I can find another green page like that. This one will be nice too. So maybe we can do these ones. Okay, and I'll probably need more than 3, but at least these will be the ones that I can layer. Okay, so we can start with this one here, and I'm just gonna make this easy, and instead of measuring, I'm just gonna glue this down, and then we are going to cut all around. so here I have all of my shapes covered in paper, so I only cover the front. And what I'm gonna do to join these together is I'm going to grab these 4 pieces here, and we are going to score. So we're gonna go 1.5 inches from the top. So this is the 9-inch, like the height here is the 9-inch one. So we're gonna score along the at 7.5 here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my ruler so I know which one is 7.5, and I'm going to score right there. Okay, and basically I just want from the top to the line to be 1.5 inches, and we are just going to fold. Okay, so you're gonna fold back and front, oops, and front like that. Okay, so that is how we're gonna attach the pages, and then I'm going to do the same with the other one. Okay, so again we're gonna score at 7.5 right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna fold these, and so this top is going to be my hinge basically, and we are going to glue those two together. So I'm going to add my glue here, and this is going to go right there on top. Okay, so then this is going to open up like that, and then I'm going to do the same with the smaller ones. So these are the 7-inch ones, and so we're going to place these, and so on the 7-inch side here along the top we're gonna score 1.5 inches down. So this will be 5.5 here where we score. Same thing for this one. We're gonna do from the top 5.5. Okay, and then we're gonna fold, and same thing here, fold, and then we're gonna glue one on top of the other. Okay, so that is like that. Now if you don't want to do all of these, you can always just place them all together, and you can do, you know, punch a hole and just add a ring. That would also be, you know, maybe the easiest way to do it, but I just want this to kind of be more like a flip book. And okay, so now we're just gonna glue all of these together here. So I'm just gonna add my glue on that 1.5 inch, and we're gonna glue this along the top. Okay, and then I'm going to add my glue here on the top, and then we're gonna add these two that we glued together right there. Okay, so these are gonna go like that. I'm gonna just wait for this to dry before I move this too much. But basically the Christmas tree is gonna be on this direction, but then you're gonna flip the pages like that. Okay, and then you can add some pictures in there, and that's the button. Now I do want these to kind of lay back, and so I'm gonna do an easel to kind of like an easel stand. Okay, so I'm gonna use my heavyweight cardstock, and let's cut this piece here maybe at 4 inches. Okay, and let's see, let's do this here. So I'm gonna score at 1, and then maybe we can score at 4. Okay, so at 1 and at 4. Let me fold this since I don't have like an actual measurement that I'm going by. I want to glue this at the bottom, then the 4 inches will be on the table, and then I want to make sure this is good. Okay, I think that will work. Okay, so along the 11 inches we're gonna score at 1, at 4, and then we're gonna score at 10. Okay, 1, 4, and 10, and then just fold and fold here. Now I do want this center to not be so flimsy, so I'm gonna add maybe a couple layers there. So I'm gonna cut this piece at 4 by 5.5. Okay, and we are just going to glue. Let's put this down. We're just going to glue this piece either here on the front. Maybe we can do one on the front and one on the back, or you can do both on the back here if you don't want to see that. Okay, so I think I need to make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so let's just do it 3 3/4. Okay, so I just want to glue this on the back, but I don't want it to show on the front actually. So I'm just gonna add the glue, and you won't see this part. This is gonna go on the back of the Christmas tree. Okay, go like that. So I'm just gonna put both pieces there. Okay, and then this will be my easel stand here. So I'm going to glue this 1 inch down. So this is the 1 inch next to the 4 inch or the 3 inch section, and we're just gonna place that at the center. Okay, and then I'm gonna stand this up and then just kind of lean this back, and you want to kind of play with the angle, see how inclined you want this to be. You might not want it to be super inclined, you might want it to be more. I think this will be a nice angle right there, like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna add the glue here. And place that back there, and then that way this can stand. That would be really cute if you want to put it on display on the mantle. So cute. Okay, and there you go. So that's gonna stand right there. Next, I'm just going to decorate. I have this really pretty trim here that I think will look really nice if we just kind of add it here on the edge. It kind of curves, so I'm gonna just cut it. And okay, so maybe we can put it like this. And so there you go. That is gonna be our Christmas tree. I'm gonna call this an easel flip book because it's kind of like a flip book. I put a flower there because I didn't have any stars, but I also think the flower looks so cute. And you want something small enough so you don't cover your bending line. So I thought that works. Hopefully it's dry by now. And so we have over here the first page, so you can add a picture, you can do some journaling, you could also add paper on the other side before we glue it together. I just don't mind having the white side there. So again, you can do pictures, and then same thing here, another page, and then back there. And I love, and I didn't think this at the time when I was cutting this cardstock, but I love that this is the wood because it looks like the trunk of the tree, right? The base of the tree there. So maybe you can even make the first piece, the first triangle that we cut, you can make it narrow here. So I guess I could always cut the sides here, maybe to the size of the easel to make it look like the bottom. Actually, I'm gonna do that right now because I just thought of it and I think it's not a bad idea. So we can just cut this straight, as straight as I can. I guess we can just go like that. Okay, here we go. So that's one. And then I'm just eyeballing. Hopefully this is straight. Okay, something like that, right? Oh yes, I love it. Yes, I thought that's a nice move to do it like that. And now it looks even more like a Christmas tree. And then you can do some little presents. I mean, you can just start from here and decorate it any way that you like. And I hope that you enjoy the project for today. I hope that you have fun making this Christmas tree. I love how this turned out. It's going to be a really nice display with the easel there. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, leave a like, and go visit Debbie to see what project she has for you today. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Lines are busting out the door, Christmas songs in every store.